So hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is lecture number 17 of our React Mastery course. So in this lecture we are gonna learn about something very important in React. First of all, let me show you in a slide. So instead of directly creating animal components and showing different types of animals, we will break down our main goal into simpler goals. So now what will be our short term goal is that we are gonna add an add animal button, and under that add animal button we are gonna show a text which looks something like this, which is animals to show, and currently it is showing 0. So now what our short term goal is that whenever user clicks on add animal button, the animals to show will increase every time by 1. So for example, if I click on add animal button one time, it will show add animals to show 1, and if I click on 2 times, it will show 2, just like this. And if I click on it 5 times, it will show us 5. So now this will be our short term goal in order to achieve our main goal. And how can we do that? So in order to achieve this goal, we need to learn about two most important things in React, and those two are, first is event system and second is state system. And in the upcoming lectures we are going to understand what both of these really are. So let me give you a upper surface overview that event system is used to detect a user clicking the button or user doing something in our page. For example, user hovering the mouse over a button, or user double clicking, or anything what user do, user scrolling like this. This is the function of event system. And the second is state system. The work of the state system is that it will update the content on screen. So according to our goal, whenever we click on add animal button, the number should increment by 1. So what will event system do in that is that it will calculate how much time button is clicked, and state system will update the number from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 and so on. And this will be the work of event system and state system. And there are many events in React instead of just 2 or 3 events. First of all, we will simply write a little code in our VS Code. So by that you will understand how does event function work. For currently, in upcoming 2 to 3 lectures, we are going to learn about only the event system, and then first we have understood the event system completely, then we will jump to state system. First of all, where the term, let me open the terminal. Cd animals and then npm start. By mistake actually I quit this, so let it start. And in the meantime, let us write the code. In the app component, instead of returning this div, what we will do, we will return a simple button with text add animals, and we will save this. Nothing happens because our page is still loading. Let it load first. It is loading, guys. Actually my computer is a little bit slow, so that's why it is taking much more time. Okay, so you can see there that it is now loaded and add animals button is appearing. So now what we will do is that it is showing a warning that animal show is defined but never used. So for currently we will comment out this. And now what we will do, what is this? Okay, so anyways, we will create a function before that we will add an event listener. So I hope that you know what an event listener is. An event listener is a function, or I can say a function, yes, I will say function, which in the vanilla JavaScript also, which listens to the event, like clicking or dragging the mouse or scrolling the page, anything. First of all, we will write on click, and here we will write handle click, and here we will make a function handle click function. So now hope that you know the syntax, that this is an arrow function, this is not our usual function like this, like we write here function app. This is our arrow function, and I hope that you know about this. In if you have learned JavaScript, you will surely know about this. So now here what we will do, every time the handle click function is triggered, it will console.log the button was clicked, and we will save this. Now we will open the console and console right there, and you can see that whenever we click on add animals button, it is showing that button was clicked, and if we increase the number of times, you can see that it increases here as well. So that is how the event system work. So what we are doing here is that we are passing a function which is default defined by React and in JavaScript, which is onClick function. Let me show you the website. You can also search React.js supported events, and it will show the list of events that React supports. So example, like there are clipboard events, composition events, keyboard events, and currently we are looking for mouse events. So as you can see that these are all the mouse events, like on click, on double click, on drag and on drag enter. These are all the mouse events which React uses. And if we want to use any of these, like suppose if we want to show the button was clicked whenever the mouse or the cursor pointer hovers over this button. So in order that, what we can do, we can simply write on mouse enter. Maybe that will work. On mouse, and if we save this, so as you can see that whenever we enter our mouse in the add animal button area, it shows that the button was clicked even if we did not click the button. So React has many different types of events, like there are clipboard events, composition events, and mouse events, but we are gonna mostly see two types of events in this project and also in typically most React applications. The first one is click on click, and second one is on change. So now what does on click event does is that it is called when a user clicks on something. So for example, if a user clicks on a paragraph, if a user clicks on input, or if a user clicks on simple button, then this event will be called. And on change event will be called whenever user types a text in input or a text area or something like that. So then the on change button will be called whenever the user changes something in our page. So these are the two functions which we are gonna tackle mostly in this project and in the upcoming projects also. So now let us open our application and we will undo all the changes on click. So now I hope that you understand that what is being done here. Let me explain you very shortly, very quickly, or I mean sorry. So now what this line of code does is that whenever we click on add animals button, it triggered the event listener, which is onClick. Whenever we click on add animals, it triggers onClick event listener, which calls our handle click function. And handle click function, what does handle click function does is that it console log this text which is the button was clicked. So that's how this works, and a basic overview of how event system works. So let me show you some notes we have to keep in mind while using events. First of all, that we have to decide what kind of event listener we want to use. For example, in this case, we want to use on-click event listener because we want to know how many times the user clicks on add animal button. So as you can see that we are using on-click event listener in the button. The second part is, or I mean second step is that we will create a function which will be called event handler or callback function. So this is the main function app, and this is callback function which is handle click, and it is called whenever the button is clicked. And third is the naming of function. So it does not have compulsory requirements that how should we name the function, but it is a community convention that first we should apply handle and then the name of the event. For example, in this example right here, we are using click event. So here we are using handle click function name. If we are using some anything like mouse drag, then we will use handle mouse drag function name. So that is done because so that other programmers or developers can understand that what that function is being used for. The fourth step is passing the function as a prop to print element. So now let me explain you that what step 4 says. It says that we need to pass the function as a prop. For example, you can see that onClick is an attribute or property and handle click is being passed as a prop. Handle click is a function, by the way, as you know. So whenever this button is clicked, this function is triggered. And then the number 5 is make sure you pass the function using a valid event name, so that you have seen the valid events name, or you can check them out or read them in detail in the React official website. I have showed you. Here you can see all the valid events like generic events or anything like that. We have to make sure that we use only valid event name. We will not use something like while click or anything like that which is not valid, otherwise it will show us error. So that we have to keep in mind. If you're not confirm about something or some event, you can just directly search it on Google and check that if that event listener is valid or not. And the sixth step, which is one of the most important step while using events, is that we do not have to call the function immediately. It means that we have to only pass the function as reference. So as you can see that there, let me show you by VS Code, that we are only giving a reference that whenever button is clicked, we need to check for handle click function. We are not executing it here directly like this. If we do this, then it will execute function directly even if the button is not clicked. So that we have to keep in mind, and I will show you that why it is important in the next lecture. So this was all for today for lecture 17, and in the next lecture we will learn some more details and important things about using event system. So guys, this was all for this today. I hope you liked this lecture. Thanks for watching.